Happiness Roundtable convenes visionaries and leaders in the happiness movement. Here's Cesar Bio and Lucy H.G. Solomon of Cesar and Lois Art Collective talk about microorganisms and a post-Anthropocenic paradigm.
As artists, we question how the shape of our socio-technical systems impacts not only our human societies, but also planetary community well-being. And for us, that is inclusive of non-human species and our and their environments. We're thinking about how we could build an AI that supports this kind of broad planetary community well-being. This, in our minds, would necessarily depart from an anthropocentric logic, so that it doesn't privilege humanity's well-being over, for instance, coastal environments. We make artworks in which we incorporate a microbiological organism, Physarum polycephalum. And this is commonly known as slime mold. It's considered intelligent. And this organism offers us fertile ground for rethinking our technological systems because of the types of decisions it makes, because it is a decentralized decision-making network. The system, if you can call it a system, the network of the organism exists as single cells that share nutrients efficiently across all of the nodes of its network. And we have thought about how an ecosystemic AI, and we've made artworks that create and propose such an AI, could be modeled on this microbiological logic, and how such an AI could similarly support each node in the system, nodes of the living world and our diverse habitats. We ground these experiments in thinking that is ecologically oriented, looking at anthropology and world systems theory. And Cesar?
We create systems that integrate these microorganisms and AI and digital networks. And in works like the generative cultures, we place microorganisms and AI to grow over and corrupt human texts that talk about the human desire to control, to reshape, to dominate nature. We use for that texts from since Descartes and Cicero to papers on geoengineering, etc. In other works, like the series entitled Economic Revolution, these living organisms are placed atop maps that show social disparity in different areas of a city. We learn from how these microorganisms distribute their resources according to a logic that is very different and that challenges the human rational and supposedly more intelligent way of wealthy distribution. In an age when human population grows over billion, we advocate for an imaginative approach of other possibilities, of other possible futures, how to imagine beyond the boxes of modern paradigms. And this imagination requires, from our perspective, a post-anthropocentric paradigm that can be ecosystemic and cross species.